JF Kennedy once said, "Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate." In this video, I will share how I got a 30% raise in salary while changing from one company to another, then give you 3 tips and a 4th bonus tip to use in your next negotiation. Before I continue in the video, I want to recommend this book, Like Your Life Depends on It, by Chris Voss. He's a former FBI negotiator. You can find the link below as well. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's been some of the best investment I've made this year so far. The book is very easy to follow with practical tips for your next negotiation opportunities. It provides examples of negotiating with your son to get them to do things for you, your spouse or partner to resolve conflict if that ever happened to you, even grandpa, difficult co-workers, boss, retailer, and so on. So check it out, you will love it. Back to my job situation. I found the post on LinkedIn and called the hiring manager. I called the hiring manager right away because the post was due in one day. We had an informal talk about the job and assignments. And during our talk, my boss asked me, "What is your range?" to see if he could match it. I gave a range based on research. He was surprised. He said it was too high. I told him that I was willing to negotiate and that the range that I gave him was what competitors were willing to offer, and that I really liked the company. I then followed this with explaining that I have extensive experience working in the field. In quality, I had mentioned that I had X years of experience and explained what value I bring to the new position. To cut the story short, I went through the formal job interview process and successfully got not only a 30% raise in salary, but more flexibility and development opportunities that guaranteed my next promotion. Interesting enough though, in hindsight, I feel like I could have done a better job during the interview and the job negotiation process. In this interview, I could have added the impact of inflation on my expenses, right? This is why I did more research on the topic and read the book from Chris Voss and others, so I'm better prepared for the next negotiation. However, it is also important in a negotiation that everyone feels like they have won. You also want to secure a good relationship from the start and keep on learning. I think J. Paul Getty sums it up well. He says, "You must never try to make all the money that's in the deal. Let the other fellow make some money too. Because if you have a reputation for always making all the money, you won't have many deals." So negotiation is also about strategy. Do you want to make high amounts of money but win less deals, or slightly less money but win more deals? Now let's dive into the 3 quick tips for your next negotiation that I found to be valuable in my experience. Tip number 1 is find common ground. Now this requires you doing some research, finding research about the boss and the job, but finding something you have in common with your boss or any counterpart will do wonders. I mirrored free time activities I had in common with my boss. We both did dance classes before in our free time, so that was a positive. And luckily, we both had a 1-year-old son. I used the same tip when I was negotiating to buy our house, which resulted in 10% discount from the seller simply because I recognized the retailer and I have the same last name, which was true. The second tip is explain your value. You can, for example, say that you're worth more because you have attained experience in XYZ, you have taken courses, accomplished XYZ projects. Also tell if you are investing in a private coach to improve relevant skills, e.g. communication and teaching skills. The third tip is remember to include other things other than salary in your negotiation process. They must be things that are important to you though. Work phone and home internet, working less hours due to family needs, flexibility at work. You will be surprised about the results. The good thing about this is that you are also showing that you bring your full self to work. Your family and well-being is important to you. So remember to include these values in your negotiation other than salary. The bonus point, which is the final point, is the black swan. It's a chapter in the book, Negotiate Like Your Life Depends on It. In this context, this is about finding out who makes the decisions behind the scenes. This could be your boss's boss. Ask what their interests are. Ask questions about the team. What kind of person does the hiring manager appreciate in the team? Ask about who makes the decision in the department. You can also ask personal questions. For example, I asked my manager why he chose to work for this particular company. He said flexibility and opportunities. So I mirrored that and concluded that what I had from my friends that talked about the company, and wanted to hear how it could help me with childcare and flexibility, since these were values that were important to him as well. Now, this resulted in great results. It resulted in me having the opportunity to leave earlier from work, to pick up my son from the institution several days a week, and I was very, very happy with that. Now, to summarize the 3 quick tips, number 1 is find common ground. Of course, this requires some research, like all the other tips. Explain your value, number 2. And number 3, include other things other than salary in your negotiation package. And the 4th bonus tip is the black swan. For example, ask who makes the decision behind the scenes. Now, check out the book in the link below, and I'm very, very confident that you will enjoy reading it and learn great tools for your next negotiation. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe, like, and share with a friend. And I will share more content like this with you in the future. I'm so excited that you took time to watch this content. So I really, really want to thank you so much for your time indeed. Have a great day.